We are now on to the divisional round in the NFC. The Los Angeles Rams may have had major questions at quarterback coming into their game against the Seahawks, but Cam Akers and the defense stepped up and answered the call.
It is about winning. That's what we care about. That's what our players care about, and that's why I love those guys so much.
The health of Jared Goff will be vital as they attempt to knock off the top-seeded Packers in Lambeau Field. The Packers are rested, healthy, and Aaron Rodgers, at the age of 37, playing some of the best football of his career.
Super Bowl is obviously a big part of the way that quarterbacks are judged and teams in general are judged. We'll always take a team to do it, and hopefully this is the team to do it this year.
For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is why they brought in Tom Brady, to win the whole thing. And now they find themselves only 2 games away from playing a Super Bowl at home.
We've got another week of work, and we're going to go in there and try to do a much better job this week.
For the Bucs to advance, they'll have to do something they haven't been able to do this year yet, which is to beat the New Orleans Saints. Last time they met, it got ugly early in Tampa. But the Saints know better than to overlook this team.
The minute that he signed with the Bucs and came in the division, you felt like that was going to be a team to contend with. I guess it was inevitable.
3 out of the 4 quarterbacks left in the NFC have already won Super Bowls. So who will advance with a chance to add another one to the mantle? We're going to find out soon.
All right, here are the matchups beginning on Saturday. That's the first playoff game of divisional weekend. Rams at Packers. Green Bay, nearly a touchdown favorite. Over under low, 45 and a hook. Of course, you always got to keep an eye on the weather in Green Bay this time of year. No weather issues down in New Orleans in the Dome. The Saints, just a 3-point favorite over the Buccaneers, despite outscoring them by 46 points in the 2 regular season games. That's the last playoff game of the weekend, Sunday at 6:40. So let's pick the NFC divisional round matchups with Brady Quinn and Pete Prisco. We've got the Rams and the Packers, and still question marks at quarterback for the LA Rams. Jared Goff, the thumb injury, cold weather. I don't like the sound of that, Brady.
No, it's not a good combination, especially when you think about the surgery that he had. I'm sure he's still trying to work out his grip and really the ball coming off of his hand. And as you could see in the wild card round versus the Seahawks, there'd be every once in a while a throw that it looked like it came off funny. And look, after having pins put in my right index finger on my throwing hand, I can attest to the fact that there is times where you're still trying to adjust to it when you're trying to throw the football after an injury like that, whether it's your index finger or your thumb. And the cold weather, not being able to have that feeling with the ball coming off of your hand, clearly will play an impact on his accuracy and overall ability to spin the football. So the cold is one thing, but if it's windy there too, that's going to make it that much harder. So keep an eye on whether or not Jared decides to wear a glove. He traditionally hasn't played well in a lot of cold weather games. That might be something that you want to start practicing now, because if you do it or you wait till pregame or warm-ups to throw on a glove and throw with it, it changes your release point. Those things are tacky. You hold on to the football a little bit longer. You got to get used to it. You got to get adjusted to it. So it will be interesting to see how that thumb plays a factor in this game.
According to the iPhone weather app, and I know it's still a few days out, Green Bay, 30% chance of snow, high of 34, low of 21.
You've done weather in Iowa in your past, haven't you?
I was a fake meteorologist before, in my past lifetime.
I thought so. You did that well. That's not too bad, though.
No, and for Green Bay, give me a break.
That's balmy.
Fine.
That's balmy. I've been there in the summer when it's been cold.
It was colder in Kansas City when you were up there last.
Yeah, yes, it was. Look, this is a game that comes down to the Packers offense against the Rams defense. And when you look at the Rams defense, you know how talented they are, how great they've been all season long. How healthy is Aaron Donald? He's going to play. He has a rib injury, but will he be the same player? Their defense is different when he's not the same player. I think that, makes teams maybe not apt to double him as much if he's not the same player, and that takes away the single blocks on the outside. Still, this will be an interesting matchup when you see the way they play in the secondary. Jalen Ramsey, will he, cover Davante Adams for much of the game? What do they do if they don't? There's so many different dynamics in play here with the defense against the Packers offense. But I think that Packers offense is rolling. I don't think it matters who they play. I think they're going to be able to take shots down the field, off play action, and I think they're going to have success throwing the football. Aaron Rodgers is on a roll. He's on a mission, and I think that's going to play out in this game.
But he's going to win MVP, right?
Yes.
Last time an MVP won a Super Bowl, you remember?
It would have been last year, but Mahomes missed time.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Kurt Warner, back in 1999, Brady.
Yeah, it doesn't always work out the way you hoped, and I'm curious to see if this game works out the way the Packers are hoping, because if Jalen Ramsey, who's been playing as the best cornerback in the league this year, if he's able to eliminate Davante Adams or hold him to, I think on average, Ramsey's giving up about 20 or so yards per game to his opposing wide receiver. If he can hold Davante Adams down to that number, then it becomes a matter of who else steps up in his place. Is it Marcus Valdez-Scantling? Is it Robert Tonyan? Is it a combination of those two in the rushing attack? You sort of have to ask yourself some questions. And Pete talked about this defense being different with Aaron Donald out. They didn't look quite as different last week versus the Seahawks with that group. Talked to Morgan Fox this past week, and he said, look, when he's out there, obviously he warrants a lot of attention, but the bottom line is that doesn't affect our mind when he left the game. We're still trying to do our job and do what we're going to do. So the thing I'm keyed in on, Leonard Floyd versus Jared Veldheer at that left tackle spot. Curious to see how they hold up. Floyd's had a great year. I don't know necessarily how fast they can get Jared Veldheer up to speed, but with Bakhtiari out, obviously there's going to be a drop-off to pretty much anyone else. So Veldheer's played well in the small sample size we've had this year of him playing with the Colts, but new team, terminology he was familiar with from a year ago, but still a different transition for him. But that'll be interesting to see if this rush can get to Aaron Rodgers and if they can eliminate Davante Adams.
Another number that goes against Aaron Rodgers, the last 4 times he's faced a team with the top total defense in the NFL, he has lost. That being said, do not expect Aaron Rodgers to lose at all.
But he's also had success against this style of defense in the past. Against the Bears,
That's the Bears.
Brendan Staley's from Vic Fangio tree. He's very familiar with them. They run a lot of the same concepts, and he's had success against them. I get it. There's a lot of data that works against Aaron Rodgers historically, but this guy's having a special season, and I think special season kind of supersedes all that data. I really believe this is his year. I said it before the season. I'm sticking to it, and I think they win this game and pull away late. The injuries to the quarterback situation is concerning for the Rams when you play a team that can score. Look, your defense is really good and really talented, but you can only hold this guy down for so long. Can you go out and score points? I don't think they can.
And you like the Packers to cover. So does Brady.
I do. I also like the over in this one, though. I think to Pete's point, the quarterback situation is an issue. Maybe they'll try to run the football and actually keep away from this Packers offense. But I do think this is a game that could go over this number because of how much Green Bay is able to take advantage.
That's the first playoff game of the weekend.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.